So in the School of Advertising and Public Relations, we have a really teaching-centered culture. Part of that culture, in addition to making teaching such an important part of what we do, is that we have a very collaborative culture. And so we talk a lot with one another about our teaching. We even email or text or call each other when we run into issues with our teaching, like, oh, on my last exam scores were lower than I've seen in the past. What are things looking like in your class? And then we might have a conversation about that. So we do both sort of longer term planning conversations, and then also help each other troubleshoot issues as they come up. Or sometimes we'll just brag to each other, like, oh my gosh, I had an amazing class just now. Oh, tell me about it. So teaching is something that we talk about really in all of our interactions.
SLH's teaching culture is essentially comprised of understanding. By understanding, we mean knowledge of the areas that fall under our scope of practice in audiology and speech-language pathology and in speech language and hearing sciences. And the second part of that is application. By application, we mean skills, and we do it through experiential learning. The experiential learning is kind of central to all our academic training programs, and it happens in our in-house clinics in audiology and speech-language pathology, in-house clinics in speech, language and hearing, in-house speech, language and hearing clinics, at external clinical sites, as well as in our research labs. Okay, and the final point is about the whole thing of teaching is critical thinking. I call it questioning, and it's very much related to not only understanding the current state of knowledge in the field, but also advancing the knowledge base in the field.
So I'd say that in Moody College and in the Department of Radio, Television, Film specifically, we place a very high premium on teaching. All of us here in RTF value what the students bring to the classroom, and of course what we bring to the classroom as well. This is true of our undergraduate lecture courses, our seminars, all the way up to our graduate seminars in the MFA, Master's, and PhD programs. The teaching part of what we do here in the college and in the department is really something that we all hold dear. We aspire to improve what we do in the classroom. We study and learn new approaches, new methodologies. And in terms of the students who teach in the department, we have them take courses in pedagogy and the art of teaching. So teaching is without question of serious import in RTF and Moody College.
We're trying to accomplish two main things with our teaching here in the School of Journalism and Media. One is teaching students skills, and that takes a particular type of teaching in which, sometimes I say you cut the meat for them until they can learn how to use a knife, but that's not really accurate because you want them to learn along the way. The other thing, though, is critical thinking. Even more important than a skill is, are you teaching them how to think, how to be curious, how to have empathy? So I think all of our instructors are thinking of those two things, even in the skills courses. It's like, sure, I'm teaching you how to edit video or edit audio, but I'm also trying to help you think about thinking.
I would describe the teaching culture here really along three lines. And three values, really. First of those is the notion of excellence. I don't think I've ever worked at a research university that values the teaching mission as much as we do here in communication studies and in the college more broadly. Excellence it's valued, it's visible, and I think when you see that, it inspires others to be better teachers as well. A second part of that culture would be a focus on training and evaluation to help people achieve that excellence. We regularly evaluate instructors through our annual reviews, through peer observations, and of course through the course instructor surveys the students fill out. And all of those things matter, and they're all important for helping people to become better. We also provide a pedagogy course that helps us train future generations of teachers, and these are oftentimes the TAs and associate instructors in our departments. We have one of our strongest teachers teaching that class, and it's really helpful when you've got TAs in your classrooms to have someone who's well trained and can support you in that instructional mission. And then finally, I would point to a culture of innovation. We have standard courses that have been university favorites for decades in this department, but we also have people who have developed brand new courses and who have revamped courses to develop more kind of contemporary and exciting sorts of topics that are of interest to our students. We've also been a department that's long been doing kind of online learning and playing with other platforms. Even before the pandemic, we had people who were developing learning in that style, and the pandemic has just made us all even more expert about how we can deliver content in some of these alternative ways.